Australian radio royalty has hit the red carpet for radio's Night of Nights. Kyle and Jackie O's Hour of Power took home Best Networked Program at the Australian Commercial Radio Awards. But the big one, the Best On-Air Team, went to WSFM's Jonesy and Amanda.
Can I also just personally say, I went public this week with the news that my husband has Parkinson's disease, and to get out of bed and go to work and be with people you love and laugh your head off, it saves us every day. I love my job and thank you so very much.
Having pulled up from celebrations, superstar radio hosts Jonesy and Amanda. Huge congratulations, you two. This is your 4th win.
Yeah, this one actually meant more to me, I think, than the other ones, because this is our 18th year.
Yep.
And to feel that you can still reinvent yourself and our show, and to still be relevant and to still have an audience that wants to tune in and listen to you after all those years, I just really felt so grateful last night to win.
Where are you hiding that thing, Jonesy?
Oh, it's here. I wanted it to pop up like Style. Watching Gangnam Style.
For 18 years you've been together, you've got a stack of those things. Surely you can talk to the bosses about getting a nice cruisy afternoon shift, not the morning shift.
You know, isn't it funny? Everyone thinks that the mornings must be so hard. I actually like the mornings. I don't mind getting up early. I wonder how anyone who does a full day's work gets a haircut, goes shopping, sees a doctor, does anything.
Have you tried to go to the, you know, the what do you call it? What are those places called where you get your car registered? Yeah.
How did you pull up last night?
I can't even work out what the place is called.
That's why it takes you so long to get there.
That place.
All afternoon, Hing has been telling us these are commercial radio awards, right?
Oh, is this an ABC
Michael
thing?
Hing of Triple J reckons that if the ABC were in it, you would have been smashed by Michael Hing.
Michael, you wouldn't even won if it was just an ABC.
They're beaten up by other shows at Triple J.
I think they'd be best off-mic segment, best rambling, go nowhere break. I think.
We could arm wrestle to the death, and I love it.
No, I think you should be a part of our awards ceremony.
Oh, I'd love to be. I'd love to turn up and get paid for once. It'd be great.
The ceremony itself only takes 18 hours. And Actually, with our big
I think it's still going.
With our big award at the end of the night, the one for Best On-Air Team is the one last of the night. It's like the gold logie of the night.
Yeah.
And there's maybe 3 or 4 awards beforehand, and each category has country, regional and metro. And so somehow, out of the blue, before the last award, they said, and the country award for Best News Reader, Jonesy and Amanda, Best On-Air Team, and our photo comes up, and we go, have we won? And we stood up, and then we had to sit down again and wait for another 4 or 5 awards before it was announced again. And we were scared that in the countback we wouldn't get it. It was an unusual moment.
It was your moonlight moment.
It was our moonlight moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, you also have a segment on your show called What Gets My Ghoulies. I love that name. Where listeners call in and they have a whinge. What's the best whinge you've heard?
My favourite one was the guy that rang up and he gets pulled up by the police officer. The police officer gives him a big lecture about driving and all that sort of stuff. And the guy just sits there and goes, yeah, OK, yes, thank you, officer. Then he writes him a ticket. And he said, well, if you're going to give me the lecture, don't give me the ticket. I'm happy to sit through your lecture.
Well, you've got to make a choice, lecture or ticket.
So coppers should just give you the ticket straight away. Don't worry about the lecture. But don't give me a big 5-minute lecture while you're sitting there going, oh, yes, officer, I promise to be good next time, and then get the ticket. That's unfair.
No, you've lost twice. And one of the ones I like was this woman who said that she went out into her backyard one evening. She said she could feel this spring rain on her face, and she opened her mouth and thought, isn't it great to be alive? And she found out afterwards that it was cicada wee. Third time of year, the cicadas just all wee.
If you guys were to call into your show for this segment, would you be whinging about how many times you have to hear, I don't know, Robbie Williams' Better Man?
I'd love to hear that. I try to sing a rock set every day.
We certainly have the Roxette Market corner. That Triple J broke Roxette. Thanks for that, Michael.
Amanda, you mentioned in the speech last night, obviously it has been a big week for you. You've talked about Harley living with Parkinson's. Obviously, I guess for people in your life, that's been known for a long time. Now the world knows. What's the reaction?
It's been lovely, and I knew we had to brace ourselves for other people's feelings about it.
Yeah.
But part of my job is to share my life on air, and I haven't told this story for 6 years. And I really just wanted to open the window and feel free to say for you, this is what's happening. And the response has just been beautiful. And people, whether they're caring for a loved one, whether there's someone who's going through this themselves, just people being compassionate for us. I've just been overwhelmed by the kindness. And this has been a hard news cycle at the moment, isn't it? And so the kindness of people has reminded me that there is still good in the world. It's been lovely. And as Harley said, life is good, and that is the truth.
It's true.
Well, there's a lot of love for you too. Congrats.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
Thank
the
you.
week.
Don't put it
6
back
months
down
at
there
yours,
again.
6 months.
9 months at yours.
Fair enough.
Jonesy and Amanda, everybody.